Hey guys, Ice here, and this morning I wanted to talk about the VGAs that are coming up in 9 days. It's getting pretty close, and basically I just wanted to, sit down, have a look at the nominees, and go over just what I think should win. Now, I just want to say that I might pick some things and say some things shouldn't win that you yourself might like, so don't take what I say to heart too much, because I have a very particular taste in video games, so I'm quite picky about my games. And yeah, so let's just have a look at it, shall we? So we've got The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Persona 5, and Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, for me, this is pretty easy. I mean, even though I've only played one of these games, for me it's definitely Horizon Zero Dawn, because I found that game to be really, really freaking good. It is just I was a little apprehensive about it, when I first picked up the game, like, oh, where's this gonna go? But it really blew it out of the park for me personally, and I genuinely think that if anything had to win, it'd probably be Horizon Zero Dawn for me. But if that didn't win, then I'd probably have to pick something like Persona 5. I have not played that game, but I have heard a lot of good things about it. I have some experience with Persona 4, which I really, really liked. So if I had to pick anything else that wasn't Horizon Zero Dawn, it would probably be Persona 5 for me personally. So moving on down, we've got Best Game Direction, which has Wolfenstein 2, Resident Evil 7, Biohazard, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, and Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, I am torn on this, because for me it's one of two options. It's either Horizon Zero Dawn or Wolfenstein 2. And I don't know which one of those I would prefer to win, because I really like how they did Horizon Zero Dawn and the direction that took. Yeah, at the same time, I've only just started playing it because I had to wait for it to go on sale, because New Zealand, when we get new releases, they end up being $100 or $120, they're just ridiculous prices. So even though I had to wait for it to go on sale to get it, I like the direction that Wolfenstein 2 is headed, so I would say that's a strong contender. I will say that Resident Evil 7 was not too bad. It wasn't too bad. I did not play it, but I did watch other people play it, because I don't handle horror very well. I really, really don't. I'm a bit of a chicken shit. But I genuinely enjoyed that game. So I'd say that's, a strong contender as well. I honestly can't say too much about The Legend of Zelda or Super Mario Odyssey, because I have played neither of those games. Now on to Best Narrative. We got What Remains of Edith Finch, Nier Automata, I think I'm saying that right, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, Wolfenstein 2, and Horizon Zero Dawn. Now this is easy for me. This is so easy. Hellblade, hands down. That game is it's just so good. It's one of the best games of 2017 for me. And if you haven't played it, what the hell are you doing, man? Pick it up. It's so good. It tackles such a serious topic that you don't really see talked about or covered in video games, or even in real life. People hesitate to talk about it. And I feel like it did a really good job, and it handled the topic of psychosis. It handled it in a very sensitive and caring way. And if you've seen any of the dev diaries for the production of this game, then you'll know that they took this just so seriously. Oh man, I just cannot give this game any more of a glowing recommendation than I am now. Just Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. That's what I think should win this. Now we're on to Best Art Direction. So we've got Destiny 2, Cuphead, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Persona 5, and Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, this one I'm a little stuck on, because, obviously for me, it's going to be Horizon Zero Dawn, because that's the only game that I've played. However, I really genuinely like the art style in Cuphead. I mean, look at it. It looks, there's something about like the old school sort of like cartoony things that it looks so good. So I think for me, I would probably pick either Horizon Zero Dawn or Cuphead, because both of those for me just tick all the boxes, and I found that I think both of them are quite creative, because I mean with Cuphead you got that sort of old school cartoon style, and then with Horizon Zero Dawn there's such the things that, you know, live in that world, like the machines, the tribes, Aloy herself. I mean, it's all so unique, and I think that was really well done. So for me, it's either of those. Best audio design. So we've got Destiny 2, Hellblade, Biohazard, Breath of the Wild, and Super Mario Odyssey. Now, for me, this is just a no-brainer. It's Hellblade. If you haven't played Hellblade, they had this, I can't remember the exact word for it, but the way that they recorded the voices in Senua's head, they had a microphone in the middle of the room, and they had the voice actors that were playing, you know, the voices in their head just walking around it and coming close and going further away, and it's very ASMR-y, and it sounded like they were walking around you. I played it the first time around with headphones, and let me tell you, it gives you the tingles. It genuinely gives you the tingles. I just hit my hand, ow. But yeah, the audio in that is just really, really, really well done. So for me, it's Hellblade, definitely. Best performance, so we got Melina Juergens as Hellblade, Laura Bailey in Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, Claudia Black, Brian Bloom. Oh, that's Brian Bloom. Oh, okay. Huh. Today I learned. And Ashley Birch as Aloy. Okay, now for me, it's really, really tough, because on one hand, I really like Ashley Birch as Aloy. I think she did so damn well. But on the other hand, I really love Melina Juergens as Senua. I think she blew it out of the park, considering that she had never done anything like that before, or any like voice acting or mocap experience. So I think for me, it's definitely Melina that should win it. I mean, if she doesn't, I'll be very surprised. Senua goes through a lot of emotions in Hellblade. I mean, she is not having a good time at all. I mean, this emotional stress is all the way up here, and Melina did a bloody good job at portraying that. And yeah, I honestly think she should win this. Games for Impact. So we got Please Knock on My Door, Night in the Woods, Life is Strange Before the Storm, Bury Me My Love, What Remains of Edith Finch, and Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Now, for me, considering the impact, I think the biggest one is definitely Hellblade. I think that should take it out. However, I will say that things that had an impact for me personally, keep in mind, all the things that I'm choosing, this is just a personal opinion, you know? You could have completely different choices to me, and that's totally fine. But I think for me, if I had to pick anything else that also has an impact, but not as big as Hellblade's, I'd say that it would be Night in the Woods, because the main character May, she's going through like an existential crisis thing. I mean, she's young, she's just dropped out of college, she doesn't really know what she's doing with her life, and I can relate to that. So that game hit me, you know, pretty damn, it hit me reasonably enough, because it was very relatable at moments. But then Life is Strange Before the Storm, just episode 1, man, I was just crying like a bitch, non-stop. Okay, when I say non-stop, I don't mean like I was crying throughout the entire episode, but, and I'm going to talk about this in another video that's completely separate, but Before the Storm, hey, that did not make sense at all. Good English. I did not like Chloe Price at all. I just didn't click with her very well, but Before the Storm, it just sort of gave me like a little bit of an insight to why she acts the way she acts, and you know, what she's gone through, and just how much the death of her father's hitting her. And just the junkyard scene, guys. The junkyard scene. If you have played Before the Storm, then you know what I'm talking about, because holy shit, that's heavy. That's some heavy, heavy shit. But yeah, overall, I think for me, the winner is definitely Hellblade. Definitely. Hands down. Best ongoing game. So, we have Warframe, Rainbow Six Siege, Overwatch, Grand Theft Auto Online, Destiny 2, and PUBG. But for me, it's definitely Overwatch. I only just picked up the game, I think in February. I started playing Overwatch in February of this year. And I like it. I don't particularly like first-person shooters that much, because, I mean, if you've seen any of my Overwatch videos, or any game that has like a first-person shooter mode or FPS in it, you know that I'm not good at the shooty shoots. But I really enjoy Overwatch. I think it's fun. I think I'm ranking gold and competitive at the moment. Yeah, I think I've got like 2107 SR or something. I'm not quite sure. I haven't played it in a couple of days. But yeah, I'd say for me it's definitely Overwatch, just because it's given me a lot of joy this year. The main characters that I main, I alternate between Mercy and Diva, just considering like the overall hours I have on both of them. I think I have something like 36 hours for each of them. So I've played a lot of Mercy and Diva. So yeah, that's my pick for best ongoing game. Making my way downtown, scrolling fast. So best mobile games, so we've got Fire Emblem Heroes, Super Mario Run, Old Man's Journey, Monument Valley 2, and Hidden Folks. Now, I have not played any of these, so I can't really give you my opinion. If I tried to give you an opinion, it would be complete bullshit, because I haven't played any of these. So we're gonna just scroll on down. So best handheld game. So we've got Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World. That is the most adorable name ever. Monster Hunter Stories. Oh, what is that? Ew. Metroid Samus? Is it Samus or Seamus? I have not played any of the Metroid games, so forgive me if I butcher that. Ever Oasis and Fire Emblem Echoes Shadow of Valentia. I have not played any of these, so once again, I can't give you my opinion, so scrolling down. Now, best action game. Okay, so we've got Prey, Neo, Destiny 2, Cuphead, and Wolfenstein 2. For me, it's probably going to be Wolfenstein 2. Mostly because that's the only game I have experience with, and so far I'm really liking the direction it's taking. And I think I said that earlier when I was talking about like best direction or something. I already forgot the categories. To be fair, I only woke up an hour ago. Yeah, I'm really liking Wolfenstein 2, so for that I'm probably going to pick Wolfenstein 2. Best action adventure game. Now we're talking. I mean, this is the shit that I grew up with, guys. I grew up with action adventure stuff. So for this we have Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, Assassin's Creed Origins, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, and Horizon Zero Dawn. So I think for me, once again, it's definitely going to be Horizon Zero Dawn, just because I love that game so much. It's so fun to play. Like, the gameplay style it fits me personally. I like that sort of gameplay. Best role-playing game. Ooh. Now this is my cup of tea. So we've got South Park: The Fractured But Whole, Final Fantasy, I think that's 15. I can't read Roman numerals, but I'm pretty sure it's 15. Divinity: Original Sin 2, Nier Automata, and Persona 5. I think for me, it's definitely going to be South Park. I think it's a really, really fun game, and this is coming from someone that didn't grow up liking South Park very much, but in my adult years, I found that it's grown on me quite a lot. Best fighting game. Now, this is where I kind of flop a little. I have barely played any fighting games in my lifetime. The only fighting game I think I've played was Digimon Rumble Arena. Yeah, that. I used to hire it out after school, like when I finished primary school, as a kid, and I loved it. Just loved it so much. I was a big fan of Digimon back in the day. But yeah, that's like my only experience with fighting games. I mean, I know my boyfriend is just, he's very disappointed by my lack of experience with fighting games, but yeah, well, you can't help it. But one game has definitely captured my interest is definitely Injustice 2. I would love to pick that up so much. I think it looks really cool, and I have seen a few fights and it looks just so fun. If I had to pick any fighting game, just to start me off with, I would probably go with Injustice 2, because I don't really know much about ARMS or Tekken 7 or Marvel vs. Capcom, even though I did play the demo for Marvel vs. Capcom. Now we got best multiplayer, so Fortnite, Call of Duty World War 2, Splatoon 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Destiny 2, and PUBG. Now, I know a lot of people will probably pick PUBG, because that game has just blown up. It's ridiculous how, big it's gotten. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I'm saying it's a good thing, because it looks fun. I mean, it's not my cup of tea personally, but I know a lot of others really like it. So, power to them. But I think for me, if I'm looking at any of these games and I want to pick up something for myself, I would go with either Splatoon 2 or Fortnite. I think both of those are really fun. So it's one of those two for me. So yeah, let's head on down. Most anticipated game. Oh, you already know what my answer is. You already know. If you know me at all, then you know what my answer is. So we've got The Last of Us Part 2, Red Dead Redemption 2, Monster Hunter World, Marvel Spider-Man, and God of War. Last of Us Part 2. Hands down. Hands fucking down, mate. I am so damn hyped about The Last of Us Part 2. It is ridiculous. If I had to pre-order any game at all, it would definitely be The Last of Us Part 2, because, oh my god, I loved the first game. I mean, look at my arm. You can tell how much I really like The Last of Us. Yeah, I cannot wait for Part 2 to come out. I'm going to be so excited to play it. Apart from The Last of Us Part 2, I really think Monster Hunter World is going to be fun. That has no microtransactions in it, by the way. Just in case you're wondering whether or not it does, it will have no microtransactions. So that's nice. Marvel Spider-Man also looks good. I am a massive Marvel fan, in case you didn't know. I mean, I love some parts of the DC universe. I mean, Wonder Woman is my fave. I really loved the movie, the recent one that came out this year of Gal Gadot. I thought she killed it. But overall, I am a Marvel fangirl, so I am very much looking forward to Spider-Man. So we've got Best Independent Game. So we have Pyre, Night in the Woods, Cuphead, What Remains of Edith Finch, and Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Now, this is really tough because I love both Night in the Woods and Hellblade, so it's genuinely a tie for me. I mean, obviously Hellblade is fucking amazing. On the other hand, I greatly enjoyed Night in the Woods. I found the characters to be really fun and relatable, especially May. I mean, I'm basically May. Me and May have a lot of similarities. I don't know which one would be my pick, to be honest. I could not tell you which one I'd pick, because I love them both so much. Best debut indie game presented by Shek Hydro. Ooh, gotta love that spawn. I think for me, considering the gameplay that I've seen, I mean, even though I do say that I like the art style from Cuphead, I don't particularly think that sort of game is my cup of tea, but I really like Slime Rancher. I think Slime Rancher is really cool, so I think for me, it's definitely Slime Rancher. So yeah, those are definitely my picks for the VGA Awards. Or was it just VGA? Someone tell me that. I have no idea. Anyway guys, those were my picks. Let me know down in the comments below what your picks are, because they're probably going to be totally different from mine, because mine are pretty biased. Like I said, I am quite picky with my games, so I stick to my guns on a lot of my choices, as you could probably tell. But yeah, I'd love to know what you think should win, or what you're hoping is going to win, or what you thought of my picks. And if you're new here, then be sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you enjoyed this little chill, this rambly type of video, be sure to hit the like button. And as always, it is Icewire signing off, and I'll see you in 2 bits later next time on the channel. Have a lovely day / night wherever you are in the world. Bye!